Hi, my name is Brian Murphy, and I am doing part two of Mosquito Empires by J.R. McNeil. That is pages 91 through 188, and it consists of two chapters. J.R. McNeil is an established and well-known environmental historian who's wrote many of work that even some are received high accolades and many awards for his works. The publisher for this book is Cambridge University Press, which many know of Cambridge University, a very high, well-known school. Academically, this would be the best publisher because they want to, push out knowledge and education to many and all. As we look into the chapters I got, chapter 4 mainly deals with the colonization aspects of the Caribbean, whereas chapter 5 deals with the wars and battles over these colonies in the Caribbean and how they were affected by the diseases such as yellow fever, malaria, dysentery, things like that. As the key theme of this book is how European powers colonized the Caribbean, South America, and so I'd say even Central America, unbeknownst of the secret killers such as yellow fever. Chapter 4 deals with the Scots, the British, the Dutch, the French, and the Spanish, all trying to put their own footholds and claim trade routes in the Caribbean. We see the Spanish as they usually take colonization first, claiming many areas such as modern-day Colombia. They establish a colony in Jamaica. They establish in Cuba. And the Spanish get hit first with the yellow fever, of course. And then when the rainy seasons hit in the Caribbean, as they do, the mosquito populations explode as these mosquitoes are looking for blood. And the best thing is the Spanish they can get, at least 80 to 90% of these colonies are wiped out just by the disease alone. And as we see the Scots, the British, and the Dutch make their way in, we see the same thing. Colonies become abandoned. People are dying more from the disease than natives, than any other kind of event. You see this yellow fever and dysentery and malaria running rampant through the colonies. Chapter 5 deals with the wars, such as the 7 Years' War, and how it affected these colonies as well, as the Spanish had such a strong foothold in the Caribbean, as the British wished to take colonies, such as the Cuban colonies, from them, and how the Spanish knew, depending on the yellow fever in the rainy season, to protect them, as the Spanish developed that herd immunity that, from the years of living there and just new generations being born within, granting them the immunity of that yellow fever, whereas many other Europeans and North Americans coming in to fight these wars never had that chance and are fresh and have no immunity to these diseases. The key theme that we see, especially in chapter 5, is how the Spanish are very dependent on yellow fever wiping out the armies of the British. And in the chapter we learn, after the battle in the end of the 7 Years' War, at least 85% of General Vernon's armies were wiped out by yellow fever, and I believe it said 7,000 out of the 9,000 troops he brought were all killed just from disease, and there was only, I believe, below 300 that are actually killed in action of war. The one question that kept ringing out through my head, though, was how I understand that these key points that everyone was trying to control would give them proper control of trade routes, of piracy, things like that. But as the Spanish already had these footholds and had developed the immunity from these diseases, why would countries such as Britain, the Dutch, the Scots, per se, why would they continue to press and lose thousands upon thousands of their own people in attempts to capture things that would only wipe them out when the rainy seasons come back? And so that was just the one thing I was curious about, and maybe someone could figure it out, because I just don't see the point of wasting so many lives for a colony. Even when you take it, you wouldn't be able to defend it because your people would be wiped out. But yes, chapters 4 and 5, that's what they dealt with, was the colonization and war aspects of major Caribbean areas such as Cuba, Jamaica, Brazil, and Colombia.